Hello, Foxy Stars. I'm back. Hey, Foxy Stars. It's Foxy, and I'm back with Tap Into Your Power, Chapter 3. Okay, let's get right into it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. The higher self. As we dive into manifesting, we'll explore the ego versus your highest self a little more deeply. In our society, we are programmed to make decisions from the ego. It is the voice of logic and reason. It's the sole job. Its sole job is to keep us safe, often leaving no room for spirituality or imagination. It works very hard to avoid fearful situations based on past experiences and beliefs. Your higher self is always tapped into the infinite power and wisdom of the universe. It is a clear channel of communication between source, energy, and you. It sees the big picture and understands the magnificent of what's in store for you. The highest self is calm, collected, and certain. It is the real you. Your higher self doesn't always seem logical at first. It gives you bits of information piece by piece and requires trust that it will guide you down the right path. Your higher self lives in the now, where the ego believes that you need something first before you will feel happy and fulfilled. The higher self understands that you have the ability to be happy now. Being in a state of love, gratitude, and joy now will align you with the manifestation that will bring you even more joy and fulfillment. When manifesting with the ego, it will never be enough. If you are continually looking outside of yourself for happiness, it will elude you. It's fleeing, it's fleeting. You may manifest. Oh, I lost my spot. Okay. You sorry guys. You may manifest what you think you want, but you will always have the feeling of needing more sustained happiness. By connecting with your higher self, you develop the understanding that happiness comes from within. You have access to it anytime, regardless of external circumstances. Follow your inner guide. You can use your feelings as a gauge for whether you are manifesting with your ego or higher self. Remember, your feelings serves as an inner guidance system. Feeling good now is an indicator of being connected with your higher self. Thinking you will feel good once some external factors manifest is an indicator you are operating from the ego. Another sign you are connected with your higher self is operating from a place of ease versus resistance. Our society teaches us that hard work yields results, but as I explained earlier, this is coming from the limited thinking of a brain that remains practical. Imagine swimming against the current of a river. It's not natural and doesn't feel good. It is not natural and it doesn't feel good. It feels forced. There is an easier way when you finally let go. You simply flow with the natural current. Surrender and let your higher self guide you down the path of least resistance. Think about the times when you manifest from the ego. You took the logical and reasonable path in making a decision. How did that feel? What was the outcome? I manifested from my ego for years. I stayed at my corporate job even though I was miserable and it impacted my life in negative ways. I stayed for the money because that was the normal, practical thing to do. I stayed because I was worried what others would think if I quit a secure, good paying job. I stayed because I was fearful and doubtful that I could make a good income doing what I love. This led to a lot of unnecessary suffering and eventually burnout, where I began having panic attacks at work. I knew it didn't feel good staying, but I let fear take over and keep me stuck in a negative situation for far too long. And she always had these little sayings that's on here. So one of her sayings is, higher self, what will you have me know? What will you have me do? I am open to receiving your guidance. That's a question we ask our higher self. Recognize your higher self. You your higher self fully understands your oneness with the universe. It knows that your manifestation has already happened. In fact, quantum physics tells us there are an infinite number of realities. We just have to align with the frequency of the reality we want. Where the ego only knows one way to get there, the higher self is able to align you with the path of greatness fulfillment. It is in a space of knowing it is already done. You just need to energetically align with it. When you are manifesting from your higher self, you will have unwavering faith. Your desires will manifest in the best possible way. We often try to control how things happen, but this is not needed. Your higher self always knows the best way to get you from point A to point B. Almost every incredible thing I manifested didn't happen the way I would have imagined. When I haven't been able to manifest it or it took much longer than expected, it was because I was trying to control how it would happen instead of trusting the universe to deliver it to me in the best possible way. When you be, when you begin stepping into your higher self, you feel inspired to take action. It doesn't feel like hard work or a chore. You have to get it done. It excites you and energizes you. This is divine manifesting. You don't have to settle for mediocre. You can create a life that fulfills you in all areas. No sacrifice needs to be made. We often think in order to achieve greatness, we have to give something up in return, but this is not true. You don't have to hold on to things that are not serving your highest good. You can let go of anything that feels hard or forced. With divine manifesting, you can manifest your desire in a way that feels easy and fun. Trust the divine. Think about a time when you manifested from your higher self. You took inspired action even though it may not have made sense and people around you didn't understand it. How did it feel? What was the outcome? One of my boldest manifestations that came from my higher self was when I moved to Florida. I knew ever since I was 8 years old that someday I would move to Florida and buy a house with a pool. It was a place where I felt alive, where stress seemed to melt away. The sun was always shining and people seemed happier. There were many times I thought about moving there but let fear and uncertainty get in the way. In 2015, we were at a crossroads where my husband was finishing college and looking for a job, and my daughter was getting ready to enter kindergarten. I knew that once she was in school and he got settled in a job, it would be harder to move as there would be too many things holding us down. I knew this was a time to make the move. I felt more certain than ever. I knew this was the time. I knew it was a time to make the move. I felt more certain than ever. I talked to my husband about it, expecting him to be against it as he has been many times before. This time, though, there was no arguing or pushback. To my surprise, he simply agreed. We set a date for when we wanted to move. I put in my notice at work before having another job lined up and fully trusted the process, taking inspired actions one step at a time. And one of her little sayings is make gratitude a daily practice to stay connected with your higher self. Give gratitude for what you already have and gratitude for what you desire as though it's already yours. Even though we were moving to a city we had never visited, where we knew no one and had no jobs lined up, I felt absolutely certain this was the right decision. My coworkers, boss, and friends all tried to talk me out of it. They couldn't believe I was moving with no set plan or job lined up. They kept trying to place doubt in my mind, but my higher self stepped in with assurance and inspired action. Just as we were nearing our moving date, a friend of mine within my company got a promotion, putting him in charge of the state of Florida. I knew this was no coincidence. I immediately called him and explained my situation. Within 2 weeks, he called me and told me to hop on a plane because I had an interview lined up in Tampa. My husband and I flew down for the interview and to look for a place to rent. My interview went well and I was offered the position on the spot. After we secured a rental, my husband felt inspired to walk into the hospital and see if there was an opening in the respiratory department. He happened to run into the head of the department, who also had just moved from out of state and was renting in the same complex we were. Talk about divine timing and talking and taking inspired action. They hit it off and he was given an interview and landed the job. The higher self knows that where there is a will, there is a way. It does not worry that a job isn't lined up or all the answers have yet appeared, because it understands that we operate in a universe of infinite possibilities and you can manifest anything you need or want. Had I been operating from my ego, I would have come up with endless excuses for why this wouldn't work. I would have listened to everyone who told me this move was crazy. Instead, I trusted the universe to deliver, and it did not let me down. I stepped into my higher self and remained empowered to fulfill my desires. Learn to listen to yourself, to your higher power. You are always connected to your higher self, but you may not be aware of it. Therefore, you're tuning it out. Think about listening to music. You When you are quiet and tuned into the music, you feel it. You hear the lyrics, you dance along to it, you truly experience the song. Now imagine the same song is playing, but you are talking on the phone. Now you're not tuned into it. It's there and it's playing, but you aren't listening to the lyrics or moving to the rhythm. You may even be completely oblivious to it. This is how it is for most of us when we are not yet aware of our higher self. But as you become aware and learn how to tune in, you will create a clear channel and a deeper understanding of the greater power you have unlimited access to. Learning how to connect with your higher self takes some practice at first, but just like anything, the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. Eventually, you will be able to quickly assess your higher self. Remember, your feelings are your inner guidance system. Tap into good feelings like love, joy, and gratitude, and you will tap into your higher power. If you are feeling negative, it's time to clear your mind and reconnect. And with this, she tells you how to do meditation. So, meditation for connecting with your higher self. First, create a sacred, relaxing environment where you feel safe and can easily calm your mind. Find a quiet space where you can sit uninterrupted. You can even be outside your surround. You can be outside where you are surrounded by nature and fresh air. You may choose to cleanse the energy of the space with sage or Florida water. We don't have Florida water where we at, but sage will do. Bring in things that help you relax, like candles, incense, and crystals. Next, sit down cross-legged or in a chair. If sitting on the ground, you can prop a pillow up underneath you. Keep your back, neck, and head straight, so you are a straight channel for energy to flow through you. When you are comfortable, close your eyes and bring your attention to breathe without trying to control it. Now imagine a golden light coming down from the universe through your no, I'm not gonna say this word right, but I'm just gonna try to pronounce it, through your Sahasrara or crown chakra, top of the head, and traveling down your spine right into the earth. This loving and healing light is going through you and wrapping around the earth's core and flowing back up through you and back to the source. This beautiful pure light fills your entire being with every breath, and with each exhale, you release anything that is no longer serving you. You are now safely rooted in a clear channel for connecting with your higher self. As you bask in this golden light, you can call on the universe to connect you with your higher self. Place your hands on your heart and feel this light radiate from your heart and surround you. You have established your connection with the source and can now receive guidance from your higher self. The answers I need are already within me. All right, Foxy Stars. So that is chapter 3. we will be I'll be coming back. I'm gonna try to come every day so I can get all the chapters done and get these out to you. Then, like I said, I will recap um in a live video when this book is done. And I have a funny story. So you guys, I have videotaped this thing several times, and I'm actually talking and reading this whole book, and your girl didn't have the record button on. I did it twice. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just the universe. Maybe I should have been in with my power, my inner self. Okay, guys. All right, Foxy Stars. Well, that's it for me tonight. As I always say, from my family to yours, may you go to sleep with rainbows and unicorn dreams and wake up with all your wishes. And may your day be bright, sunny, and sparkle and shine. Okay, guys. Take care. I will be back tomorrow. And everyone have a wonderful night. This is Foxy signing off. Bye.